With a new day's dawn and my heart wide open, I receive all that is. With a new day's dawn and my heart wide open, I receive all that is. Love is love you are. Love I am so hold that beautiful space. Just feel that beautiful. I am that I am, that love. And from that space of all that love, we can move into gratitude or recognize the gratitude that is already there for this precious human life. And that every day we can think as we wake up. Today, I'm fortunate to have woken up. I am alive. I've got a precious human life, and I'm not going to waste it. Let's go. Here we go. You know this. You can sing it with us. You can get up. You can move around. You can do whatever you like. You're adults. And you're spiritual beings. And here we go. Here we go. Every day, gotta think as you wake up. Today I'm fortunate to have woken up. I am alive. I've got a precious human life. And I'm not gonna waste it. Whoa. Of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, reminding us that we are blessed beyond belief. My name is Gitanjali Laurie Rivera. My pronouns are she and her. My people come from Puerto Rico and the British Isles, and I am blessed to be your musical minister here today and every day. I'm joined by these amazing human beings right here. I'm just trying to find some lyrics. Why is it doing that? There we go. Full disclosure here. And we are about to begin this beautiful celebration, or continue this beautiful celebration, with acknowledging that Spirit is in this place. So please, again, feel free, get up, move around, dance, sing. Remember, when you sing, you pray twice. We don't even know how much exponentially it is when you dance. And you can dance in your chair. It is not required that you get up, but as you like. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. case there was any question, please get up, move around, say hello to everybody here today. Give some love, give some spirit, share it around. Don't forget to say hi to our dear friends on Facebook and YouTube. So grateful you're here.
Good morning, everybody. It's time to find your seats. Take a deep breath in, find your seat. Don't worry, after service, there's lots more time to love up on each other. So a grand rising and welcome to our Sunday morning service here at the Center for Spiritual Living in Santa Cruz. If you haven't already, there's an invitation to turn your cell phones on silent, just to help us hold the sacred space during the service. Take a deep breath, would you? So I'm so grateful that you have chosen to join us this morning. If you don't know me, my name is Reverend Elisha Christopher. I am the spiritual director here at this center. Hooray. I use they and them pronouns, and just like the rest of us, I come from about 10,000 generations of humans, but what I know is that my ancestors came to this country from Ireland, Scotland, Austria, and Holland. We have, as always, a very special morning planned for you today. We have our beloved Reverend Grace Lovejoy leading us in prayer and spiritual practice this morning. Sky Leona is holding us all in prayer throughout the entirety of the service. Our musical muses, as always, is our Minister of Music, Gitanjali Lori Rivera, and the CSL Band, which features the voice of Valerie Byrne, Lauren Detchenberg on the keys. We have Etienne France on the bass and singing and blessing us up. And then today, our featured musician is our dear friend, Beth Freewoman. And do stay after service today for our social hour and potluck. Thanks to everyone with last names who start with the letters M through R for bringing food today. And next week's folks with S through Z last names, you're off the hook because we're not going to be here. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. Also after service today, if you are a registered member of this center, we do have our members' annual meeting today. We're going to be sharing, updating you on some of the business of the center. We have a board member we'd like to ask you to elect and share some of the business with you. So if you're one of the members of this center, do join us at 12:15. Get something in the potluck, and then come in here. The meeting will be about 30 minutes. Do stay for that. And then after the meeting, it's the fourth Sunday, so the Dances of Universal Peace is happening here today in the sanctuary at 1 o'clock instead of 12:30 to accommodate for the annual meeting today. Lots of stuff happening here at the center all the time. You can join Amran Ennis tomorrow morning for Monday morning meditation at 10:30. And then she's going to be going on hiatus until September. So if you've been wanting to get some meditation time with Amran, tomorrow's your last opportunity for a couple months. Get here and meditate. This Saturday is the first Saturday of the month, and our beloved Shira Stone leads the multidimensional sound journey, and that's the singing bowls, the toning, using the power of voice. So do join Shira here this Saturday for some sound healing. So next Sunday, June 2nd, we are not going to be here in this building. 9:30 in the morning, we are participating in the Interfaith Pride service that happens downtown. We're going to be in the courtyard out front of Hidden Peak Tea House, which is a little brick courtyard downtown. At 9:30, we'll have the Interfaith Pride service with all of our Out in Our Faith folks. And then after that, we will line up at 11:15 on Cathcart Street to march in the Pride Parade. And just a reminder that we are marching with all of our fellow affirming communities of faith in Santa Cruz. There's like 9 or 10 spiritual and faith communities who are all marching together. So we really want to represent. So do join us downtown. We're going to be there. Let's see, what else is happening? Oh, yes, and then after that, the following Thursday on June 6th, in partnership with Hadeshimenu and the Santa Cruz Radical Fairies and Santa Cruz Pride, we are co-sponsoring a documentary screening called Conversations with Gay Elders. This is one film out of a series of 6 in-depth interviews and conversational documentaries focused on the life and experience of gay men whose journeys of self-discovery precede the era of Stonewall and gay liberation. I have seen one of these documentaries, and they're incredibly powerful. I do recommend being here next Thursday. So I could spend the rest of our hour here telling you about all the things that happen here at the center. And what I would love for you to do is sign up for our e-news and check out our website so you can know all the things that are happening, like Monday meditation and movement, body awakening. There's yoga, there's body-wise, there's qigong, there's all sorts of stuff that happens here throughout the week. So participate. You can get in the e-news, do all that. We shared that to the already. Okay, we do need some more volunteers. Many of you know, we had a fabulous flea market here yesterday. So thanks to everyone who participated in that, who helped us put it all together. It's a really fun community event. The whole neighborhood is here. It's a really amazing day. This is going to be the 4th Saturday of the month, now through October. And we do need a number of volunteers and people to support with that. And so if you're interested in participating in the flea market, you can email Becky at cslsantacruz.org. And we also really are starting to get to the point where we need some parking angels. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but this parking lot is kind of small, and there's a lot of us, and it gets full real fast on Sunday. So we need some folks to help coordinate the parking. If that's like your bliss, is to tell people what to do and where to go, we really need you. So see us, one of us, and we'd love to have you do that. Oh, and I had a reading that I was going to read to you, and it's underneath Shira. Thanks, folks. All right, I'm going to close with a reading before I invite Reverend Grace up for our community affirmations and prayer. And so this comes from Ernest Holmes, the founder of the Science of Mind. And he says, "What the world needs is spiritual conviction, followed by spiritual experience. I would rather see a student of this science prove its principle than to have them repeat all the words of wisdom that have ever been uttered. It is far easier to teach the truth than it is to practice it." Reverend Grace? Come on up.
Hold on a second. I'm only half as organized as I.
Let's just bring this whole thing up.
All right, let's just bring this whole thing.
This is teamwork, folks.
Thank you so much. And as my friend Donna Bennett would say, I'm not disabled, I'm inconvenienced. But I have minions. Good morning. We have a few things we'd like to share with you. One of them is our mission, purpose, and vision statement. And and by now you should know it, yes? because we're not going to show you. In the meantime, I'll read it to you. I beg your pardon? Let's say it together. Yes, we are. Our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and global transformation. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence. Our vision is a world that works for everyone and all life on earth. We are a community dedicated to possibility. And now our inclusion statement. We stand with all the centers for spiritual living around the world, grounded in the knowing that the teachings of Ernest Holmes speak directly to liberty, equality, equity, inclusion, human rights, compassion, safety, self-determination, and spiritual living. For that reason, we are unambiguously in support of the lives of Black, Indigenous, and people of color. Unambiguously in support of gender equity and equality. Unambiguously in support of LGBTQSCI+ lives. And unambiguously in support of women being sole decision makers about their lives, well-being, dignity, and choices. And now take a deep breath and put your feet on the floor. And as you feel the ground beneath your feet, know this with me. And so we begin our morning by acknowledging that the land on which we gather is the unceded territory of the Awaswas-speaking Upi tribe, the Ama Mutsun tribal band. Please join me in a moment of silence to honor the ancestral and current struggles of the original people of this land. When the warriors find peace within, there'll be peace on the planet. So, if you will, take a deep breath with me and allow yourselves to gather in the breath of God, which you are. And that thing that is the only thing that there is, the magnificent it at the very center of the cosmos, the thing from which all things come, is present as each one of us and in everything, for there is no place where that infinite thing is not. Knowing that it is available for each one of us to use, all of it, all at once, without diminishment, I can know for sure for each one of us here that our hearts are light, that our minds are open and open at the top for new and exciting experiences, new and exciting thoughts, a new way of living and being on this planet. From the very center of that prayer and of that knowing, I know for each one of us health, wealth, and love. And as all that comes together, I simply allow it to flow back out of me, back out into the universe at large, and replenish all of that constantly. We are part of the circulation of life, and we are blessed and a blessing. And so it is.
I'll sing these words of Ernest Holmes. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There's only one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. There's only one life. There's only one.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to sing a Julie Gold song for such a time as this and for such a theme and topic as this, and set Reverend Tamara up for a talk on oneness. The great and the good of oneness. From a distance, the world looks blue and green, and the snow-capped mountains white. From a distance, the ocean meets the stream, and the eagle takes to flight. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. And it's the voice of hope, it's the voice of peace, it's the voice of being one. From a distance, we all have enough, and no one is in need. And there are no guns, no bombs, and no disease, and no hungry mouths to feed. From a From a distance, you look like my friend, even though we are at war. And from a distance, I can comprehend what all the fighting is for. From a distance, there is harmony, and it echoes through the land. And it's the hope of hopes, and it's the love of loves, it's the heart of everyone, and it's the hope of hopes, it's the love of loves, it's the heart of being one. So God is watching us, God is watching us, God is watching us from a distance. We know God is watching us, God is watching us, God is watching us from a distance. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you, Etienne.
Good morning. So very nice to be here. My name is Reverend Tamara, and I am so excited about being here because it's so difficult this morning. So I can't wait to see what happens. This morning, I invite you to place an intention in your heart right now. An intention I like to start with each sermon because it is in our hearts and minds that we determine what we're going to value and what we're going to receive. So this morning, whether it be through, that song that Beth just sang that brought me to tears, the message, the music, or something that comes to you during this time, set an intention. Is it bliss? Is it peace? Is it healing? Whatever the quality of God is that you want to experience this morning, let us sit for 10, 20 seconds and affirm that that is yours today. Shall we? Yeah. Here we go. Thank you, and let's take a big, deep breath together. One, inhale, exhale. Two more. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and release. Our theme this month is good, great, and grand. So those words are used pretty much throughout our English language. However, I decided to get a short version from Webster's Dictionary. And the word good, one of the definitions is positive qualities. And I know we could find positive qualities within ourselves and the universe. The word great in the Webster Dictionary is beyond ordinary and exceptional. Grand, the Webster's Dictionary is magnificent and majestic. Now, I want to read my quotes, and as I read my quotes, then I'll go into my week-long path of spirituality this week. So I'm going to talk about the middle way to find our good, great, and grand feat in this world. Because as spiritual warriors, I guarantee you that in the next several months, you're going to be asked to climb that mountain. Be prepared to climb that mountain with your spiritual tools, because that is the work and purpose that we're here for today, is to find and give a voice to the good of God, the good of life, and to remember that there's room for it all. So, here is what Buddha says about the middle way. The middle way is a path that transcends duality, confronting life's challenges, identifying root causes, seeking resolutions, living in a society constantly questioning one's own actions. So it puts the responsibility back on us. And Ernest Holmes says, I am guided by the same intelligence and inspired by the same imagination, which scatters the moonbeams across the waves. So, do you guys remember a story? And I'm sure you do, because it's a simple story, and it's a story that speaks to our philosophy. And that story is about the young 12-year-old Indian boy that gets a drum for his 12th birthday. How many people have heard that one? No? So, this young boy gets a drum for his birthday, and he is so excited because nobody else has a drum in the tribe. So he is just so happy, and he's learning how to play his drum. And one of his friends comes up to him and says, "Can I play on the drum?" He's like, "This is my drum. Why? He shouldn't have to play with it. It's my drum." And anger rose in the young boy, and he got really upset, and he lost his friendship. So he went to his grandfather and said, "I don't understand why my friend doesn't want to play with me anymore. It was my drum, and I don't understand." And he goes, well, this is what starts wars and family arguments. He said, what you must do is you must realize what's most important. And he goes, what do you mean what's most important? That's my drum. And again, it's trying to tell a story between the material world and the immaterial world, the world of spirit, the world of emotions, the world of sense, of feelings, the things we talk about, love. And also, on the opposite, when we rise in anger, when we rise in hatred, when we rise in selfishness and what that produces within us. So, the grandfather said, well, you've created a war within yourself. What do you choose? How do you feel right now? He goes, I feel really bad. And he said, so what do you think would make you feel good? And he goes, I suppose I would feel good if I shared my drum so he would find the joy in playing with it too. And the grandfather said, yes, that's a good place. And the boy said, but grandfather, how do I know which way to go or how I'm going to be in the world? How can I not pick anger over kindness? And he said, it's always about the seed that's within you. What do you water? Do you water the seed of anger, or do you water the seed of compassion? And the boy said, oh. And then he goes, well, tell me more. And he said, okay. He said, it's always the one you feed. And the boy looked at him and said, what do you mean? He said, if you constantly feed your anger, you will produce more. If you feed your heart of compassion, you will receive more. And I think that seems very simple, but so very true. I noticed this morning that Kuan Yin is lit up behind me, which is the symbol of compassion, holding all the world's tears and suffering within her heart to make it whole. She's considered the goddess of compassion. So with that, I want to share with you my week. It's always so perfect when you commit to something. Like self-care, I went outside and fell down. So, I mean, it's like, it's all good. I always tell Elijah, could you be a little kinder on the themes here? You know, kind of rough. So, but this morning someone goes, how are you? I said, good. I couldn't say great or grand at that moment, but I could say good, because I was struggling with some things. So how do we go from good to great to grand? It is an inner journey for sure. So I am standing here admitting that I have some prejudices about the way some people think in the world. And I am very righteous about anti-war, hatred, many things. And I had to look at how easy it is to stand before my beloveds who think like I do. You know, not in everything, but in spirituality, in the openness, in our vision, mission, and purpose statements. There's nothing more fabulous than to sit at a table with people who agree with you. It's wonderful. You feel so validated and belonging and everything that we crave in this life. And I was looking out in the world today and looking at the past, and I thought, the problem is we get scared. We get scared, we get frightened. We don't want to admit to that, but we do. And therefore, we have to feel like we have to defend things. And sometimes it surely looks like we do, especially in war and hatred. The problem is that war is within us. And even though it may not seem like we have that power and that potential, we speak of the immaterial world as being the most powerful thing, and we call that spirit. We call that the human soul. We call the ideology of, first you must think positive to feel positive. So we always talk about our responsibility in our thinking. The problem is many times when we're in fear, false evidence appearing real, we or some other person we care about draws a line in the sand and says, you are either for me or you are against me. There is no middle way. Absolutely not. You are not advocating, you are not standing tall, you are not being the person you are. If you don't agree with me, you are against me. And that is duality thinking. Ernest Holmes talks about we stand for non-duality thinking. That is a huge order on our ego. It's big. How many people love people who absolutely don't think anything like you? Is that just a little bit of a challenge sometimes? I'm making a joke. It's tough, right? It's tough. Part of that is because we haven't found the middle way within our soul, personally. That's what I think. Buddha also talks about if you have a guitar, which our musicians would smile at me, if the strings of the guitar are too loose, you can't play. If they're too tight, if the strings on the guitar are too tight, they break. You must find balance. And balance can be difficult. Because balance means you need to transcend your thinking mind to a spiritual one. You must hold fast that your purpose, that your intention is for peace. Your intention is not to be right. Your intention is for harmony. Your intention is to be able to listen to the pain of someone who can't hear you. So I got an opportunity this week. Lots of them, actually, but two very important ones. I went to my foster son's biological sister's wedding, and it was in Ridgecrest, California. And those of you who don't know where Ridgecrest is, it's about 2 hours northeast of Bakersfield. It's on the border of the Mojave Desert and the Death Valley. So the cactus end at Mojave, and nothing begins at Death Valley. Just saying. So anyway, we went, and it was literally in the middle of nowhere. And now we're in the middle of the desert. And his beloved biological dad and stepmom are Assemblies of God ministers. And so I was like, okay, I am prepared. Peace and love and happiness. Because there are things I don't agree with. For instance, they do not believe that women have the right to preach the word of God. It should only be preached by men. And of course, that hits like a lot of places for me, as you could well see. I take that personally, right? But I went and I worked really hard in meditating and doing my stuff. And I went and I sat for about 2 hours talking to his dad, and I had the most beautiful conversation about him being a minister. Now, I didn't say much about myself, which again is really hard when you got to shut up, He was like, oh, mine doesn't count right now. But I learned a lot, and it was very graceful. I went to the Assemblies of God Church in Ridgecrest, California, and I was bracing myself to people falling on the ground and speaking in tongues and everything. A little disappointed, none of that happened, but I get to see that. But I went, and I was pretty impressed with, how large the congregation was, and, all the young people, and the music was beautiful, and the message didn't have fire and brimstone like I had expected. It had a dash, but it was pretty good. And I started looking at this community. I always thought my foster son's dad worked at Edwards Air Force Base in Mojave, but he actually spent 30 years working at China Lake, which I didn't know was in the middle of the town. So there's 30,000 people in this town, about 2 grocery stores, and a Walmart, and a handful of restaurants. But Kern County is so poor that most of the streets aren't paved. So if you can imagine, it reminded me a little bit of a third world country because, and I apologize to Ridgecrest people, but the dirt roads were endless. Not very many trees, not the palm trees you see in Palm Desert with the misters as you walk down the sidewalk, not many swimming pools. I went to the community college. That was a really nice place. But I started realizing China Lake. It is where the town was created during Oppenheimer's time. And as today, as I stand here, it is the center of our nuclear weapons, both testing them and creating them. And that's why there's 30,000 people in the middle of sand, because there's work. There's military work. And I was like, wow, I'm sure glad I'm not doing it. But I had to hold that in this really different place. That as I sat in their home, that just 2 miles away, there's creation of nuclear weapons of mass destruction being created as I sat there. So that was daunting for me. And of course, politics came in, and I was quiet. And I sat and I listened. And it wasn't as hard as I thought, maybe 1 or 2 moments. But I got through there and I said, hey, I climbed the mountain. I learned something, and I started looking for things that united me. The things that unite us. That is our job. Not to define the things that do not unite us, but to find those things that do. Because when you can find the things that unite us, then you could have common ground for a conversation. Right? So I realized that there isn't a whole lot going on there for the youth. Out of 30,000 people and only 3 grocery stores, there was 14 mega churches. 14 mega Christian churches. I was like, wow. Not a New Thought, nah. Not a Jewish synagogue, nah. Not a mosque, but 14, very, very, like 4 times the size of us, the buildings. And then I started listening because there is, you can't go play baseball in the middle of the day at 114 degrees. So the churches provide all the socialization for the community. The elder care, the youth, the schools. And so there was the Assemblies of God was about 200 people at the 9 o'clock service. It was packed. As soon as that service was over, poof, they were all gone. And then the 11 o'clock service came. And I looked at the Catholic Church was huge. The Calvary Church was huge. Southern Baptist Church. I mean, these buildings were the hugest buildings in the whole town because that's where community life was lived. And I thought, that part's kind of cool, 14 mega churches in a town of 28,000 something. That's pretty awesome. And everybody's involved. God forbid you're not a Christian, though. You might have a more difficult time. But I saw the good, and that was like such a win. I felt so proud of myself. Yeah, right. So I go back home, and I'm feeling, I'm good. And then I got a call from my brother in Brazil. I grew up in a family that my father, during the Reagan times, went from being a Democrat to a Republican, and my mother stayed a Democrat. So at our wonderful dinners, we would always have inductive and deductive debates about policy and politics. And it was always important that we listen to the other side. So out of my siblings, my brother in Brazil is Republican. So we start talking, and he starts ranting. And I say, I am going to use the middle way. I am going to use the middle way. I'm going to actively listen. I'm going to climb that mountain. And I triggered that guy so badly that I think I never talked politics as far as my views. I was trying to find the middle way. And I said, we both have our master's degree. It's inductive, deductive logic. Instead of talking about whose guy is worse that we like, why don't we talk about what's wrong and how we think we could fix it? Let's have a conversation like that. And I'm 66 years old. I don't think my brother's ever called me a bad name because he's like almost 10 years older. He called me some very mean words. And I was like in total shock. And I still held my own. I didn't raise my voice. And I just held my own. And I lost big time to his rhetoric. But something happened inside me. And I hope I can relay this because it was magical. If you viewed the conversation as a battle, my brother won the battle, but I won the war. Because within myself, I realized how judgmental, how I wasn't as authentic as I could have been, but more importantly, I won the war because the war is within me. The war is in me. And that is the only place of power. That is the only place to change. It's within our own minds and our hearts. And then I said, Well, I tried to climb the mountain, but I have a broken ankle, so you got to, you know, so give me a break. No pun intended, right? I know. Don't give me any more breaks. I don't want any more. But the point being is this, as I round this up, that we are here with a mission and purpose statement for a world that works for everyone. In our hearts and our minds, we must make room for everyone. Not the hatred, but we must make room to listen to their pain and suffering like Kuan Yin does. They're afraid. They're afraid for whatever reason that this world is giving them. I have to look at my own fear because I have that too. How do I rise above the fear and go into the spirituality, that immaterial life of feeling, of sense, of intuition, of instinct, knowing that I am one, and that everything in this world, to the blade of grass, the animal, to the left, to the right, up and down, we're all one. What is my actions? How do I stand? How could I bring authenticity and active listening to hear their pain and sit at a table and be able to discuss that? That is my challenge. That is working, as Buddha says, to constantly, every day, to sit back at the end of the day and say, did I do my best? What could I have done different? How could I heal this hurt inside me so that I can stand tomorrow and love my brothers and sisters who don't think like me? And that is part of being human. That is part of being a spiritual warrior, is to find room for all. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Tamara. Good morning again. Etienne is going to accompany me on guitar for this Tuck and Patty song. That is another one that works with this sermon pretty well.
Seems a battle line
clear. I'll take your hand, we'll walk together. I won't give up. The path is clear. We'll walk to the promised land. We're walking in love. Here we go. Oh, think of all the precious babies. Let's think about the children. They're depending on our love to see them through. Oh, if we teach them, say now, love is the only true answer, yeah. When the children look to them, they'll know exactly what to do. They will talk about it, love won't be afraid. We won't give up, our path is clear. We'll all join hands, we'll walk to the promised land. We won't give up, our path is clear. We'll all join hands, we'll walk together. I'm gonna walk in love, yes. I'm gonna shout about it. I'm gonna stand up. I'm gonna be counted. I'm moving on. I'm not afraid that I have given my life to love's sake. I am not afraid. I'm a love warrior. I'm a love warrior. Will you join me? 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 Thank you, Etienne and all. Thank you.
Give some more love to Beth Freewoman and the CSL House Band, everybody. We are so musically blessed. So take a deep breath in. And so before we conclude our time together this morning, I just want to say thank you for sharing this space with us today. Reverend Tamara, thank you. I so deeply appreciate how you always bring your personal experience and as a teaching moment for all of us, so thank you. This is a time in our service where we just invite you to invest in this place and what we are doing here. If you feel inspired and uplifted and excited about what's happening in this place, it's because of you and your support that allows us to be who we are and do what we are doing. And so if you have a gift to share with us this morning, I invite you to bring those out, and I invite everyone to repeat this affirmation after me. Maybe place a hand on your heart and say these words: for all that I am, for all that I have, for all that I give, for all that I receive, I am truly grateful. Grateful for it all.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful. 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 I'm so grateful.
And so I just invite us to take another deep breath in. And if it's comfortable, to allow our eyes to fall closed again. As we breathe together, I first just want to remind us all yet again that what I know is that there is one seamless presence that is living and breathing throughout the entirety of the universe. That it is this one life that is unfolding in, through, and as everyone, everything, every when, everywhere, all the time. That this one life is living through each and every one of us. And so I just speak a word of gratitude this morning for this beloved community, for this space where we can come together week after week to be reminded of this high and holy truth that there is only one of us here. That there is no separation anywhere in the universe, that the entirety of existence is one seamless thing, one living presence, one love unfolding through all of existence. So let us drop ever deeper into that truth today, remembering that there is no other. That anyone or anything that we appear, that we perceive as seeing on the other side of whatever line or divide that we are holding, let us banish that separation. Let us open our hearts. Let us heal the war and the division that lives within us so that each one of us becomes the place where love awakens to new possibility. And so it is in that awareness that I just speak a word for this community, for each one of us here, that as we gather this collective energy, as we bring this collective focus to its conclusion for today, that I know that there is something more at work here. So let us call upon that something more and activate it in our own lives and in this place and in the world. And so if there is anyone here in this room who is seeking healing in the physical body in any way, if you are able, I invite you right now to stand up, to open your arms open wide, and simply open your heart and your mind and your body to receive that template of wholeness and wellness and allow it to wash over you right now. For anyone here who's seeking healing in the areas of abundance, prosperity, or finances, or needs that need to be met, I invite you to stand, again, arms open wide if you are able, simply signifying to yourself and to life that you are ready, that you are open to be sourced, to be supplied, so that each one of us can give our gifts to the world. To any one of us and to all of us who are here in this moment seeking healing in the areas of the heart, of love, of grief and relationships and forgiveness. This is the opportunity to stand into that right now. Again, arms open wide, expressing that willingness to open our hearts, to let the other in, to remember that there is no separation between any one of us. Let us open our hearts. And to any one of us and all of us who in this moment are ready and willing to heal the division that lives within us and allow the oneness and the love to see through our eyes, to hear through our ears, to speak through our mouths, to walk and act through us in the world, let us say yes. Yes. And so gathering this collective yes. I know that there are individuals, there are people on our hearts and our minds right here and right now. And so this is the opportunity. If there's anyone that you want to include in this energy we have gathered here together today, I invite you to speak their names out loud right now. And so as the names continue to be whispered through the room, either silently or out loud, I just speak a word of blessing, knowing that the one who is living through all of us is being activated by this collective love, by this collective energy, by this collective attention. So let that light, let that love see through our eyes as we walk from this place today, and let this love shine through us in everything we do. And so for this and so much more, I just speak my gratitude for all the support that allows this place to be what it is, that supports each one of us in who we are becoming. I'm grateful for it all. And so let's take another deep breath in, remembering yet again that we are being breathed by something greater than we are. Let us surrender to that which is living through us and let it live out loud. And so with that, I let it be. And so it is. So take another deep breath, my friends. I again just want to express my gratitude to you for being here together with us this morning. Do stay for our potluck. If you're a registered member of this center, we do have our meeting at 12:15. You get about a half an hour and then come back in here. A reminder, we're going to be downtown for our Pride Interfaith service next week. And I'll see you all the places in between. We're going to let the love wash over us, and we're going to sing and dance our way out of here. So here we go, folks. Happy Sunday.
Many pray along the way.
They don't stop to wonder
What the world is coming to. They let something higher reveal the way to greater love, greater love. So the truth is telling me,
sing of liberation.
for the ones who are not free, love can take us higher, reveal the way to greater love, greater love.
So we let it,
Wash over us,
we let it,
take us higher,
we let it,
make us kinder.
we let it be, we let it,
Got it early in the morning,
we let
and it
it,
holds us together.
we let it,
Now and forever.
we let it be.
And we let it. Many cry along the way
Walking through the sadness,
in a world that needs to know love can take us higher, reveal the way to greater love, greater love. Still the truth is telling me,
love's the only answer.
and to all humanity, we can stay inspired, reveal the way to greater love. It's greater love. So we let it,
joy.